Well, this is probably the dumbest run I've ever done, and it's really not a challenge run at this point. It's more like a walk of shame. But yeah, I decided that every single time I die, I have to read a portion of the B-movie script, the best movie of all time, of course. It's about 50 words each time I died, and if I reach the end of the script, I fail the challenge. And that's pretty much it for this run. The goal is just to beat the game. I don't care about all the great runes or remembrances. Just beat the game, get this over with, pretty much. But I did decide to go for a poison/scarlet rot build, which was pretty fun, not gonna lie. And I also tried to go for some insect-related equipment like the ant skull shield, the pest threads, things like that. It's better if you watch than having me try to explain every single detail. Just know that death equals B-movie script. Expect a ton of really stupid jokes or puns about bees, because I can't help myself, and I live streamed this entire run, so I'm gonna have a lot of clips of me raging or reading the script or whatever I see fit. But without further ado, my name is Josh, and I hope you enjoy. We started by creating this handsome bee, Barry B. Benson, and then dying 2 times. So I had to already read 100 words of this amazing script.
The fly. Its wings are too small to get its
Use
fat
the
little
stairs.
body
Your father
off the
paid
ground.
good money for those.
The bee, of
Sorry,
course,
I'm
flies.
excited.
I did my usual afterwards, paying Commander Elphael me up a visit and killing Mother Dragon.
Alright boys, time for the best part of this run.
You know, the standard. Radagon Seal was a bit too tempting for me not to get, but in exchange, I had to die and read some more.
Hi Barry. Already growing a mustache? Looks good.
The first weapon I had in mind was the Venomous Fangs that dealt 72 base poison, which is pretty good, and you know, they had 0 range. But it was better than nothing, and I never tried them before then, so this was the perfect chance. It also kinda looks like the stinger of a bee, sorta, I don't know. But after that, I decided to kill Alberic. Okay, guess not.
Wow, that girl was hot. She's my cousin.
Erdtree pit stop, some leveling up, and then we killed the Mad Tongue dude. He's such a buzzkill. So I forgot to record my fight with Margit and part of Stormvale Castle. It happens more than it should. I don't know how I forget to just click record. Just know that I defeated Margit first try and I died once inside the castle. But it was time for Godric, and I have to say the range on these claws suck major doo-doo, because I could barely tag his gross old man body from 2 feet away. Regardless, I know his moveset down to a science, and we took him down on the first try with little to no issues, honestly. He was as smooth as honey. Don't worry, I died while trying to grab the golden scarab beetle because my chat was like, "Oh, you should go get it, it's good." I'm not making fun of chat, but I am making fun of chat. I'll come back to it later. I don't feel like dealing with all this stupid cave nonsense right now. But next up was the dragon in front of the key to the academy.
Don't point!
But chat once more pointed me in the direction of Ronnie. And you know what? I felt like doing her quest this time. So with that, I died to Loretta, read some more of the script, and apparently took a major detour.
Hey Jocks. Hi Jocks. You did great. You're monsters. You're sky freaks. I love it. I love it.
I don't know, I streamed this like a week ago when writing the script, and normally I do write the script as I go, but since I was streaming, it wasn't in the heart of the cards at the time. But yeah, I went to Lucario Crystal Tunnel instead with some minor setbacks, but in the end, I came out victorious with my first smithing stone bell in hand. I then went back to Caelid in order to smite this Knight Cavalry to get the Ash of War, the Poison Moth Flight, which I think I used once throughout this entire playthrough. It's not good, but yeah, it's a poison Ash of War. I got it just because. I went back to the abandoned cave to clean up some Clean Rot Knights, but they didn't go down without giving me a mental tumor.
Why? And that's gonna inflict me with Scarlet Rot. Cool! Are you B enough? This movie sucks. I might be.
I did get them though, and the Golden Scarab was now mine. If you didn't know, there's this Erdtree avatar that drops around 100,000 runes, so for early game, if you've mastered the fight of the Erdtree, it's a great boost. Fortunately for me, I took him down on the second try, and yeah, we're a bit more buff now. I think it's about time to face Radahn, because why not? I love this fight. I picked up some neat tricks since the last time. Apparently you can reset the fight by riding away and then riding towards him again. He'll shoot at like a ghost Nappa somewhere or something, and then he pulls out his swords even though he's still super far away. I fought him square and fair afterwards, although I was aware of the trick that you could have him fall off the map during his transition, but where's the fun in that? I died once, and throughout most of this run, the main bosses I either killed on the first try, or it took a second chance. It was really strange how often that happened. But yeah, Radahn down, and I felt ready to go back and smooth talk our wife.
Look at this long slong. I can't wait until you suckle on it all night, baby girl. Woohoo! And it's the age of stars, so it'll be night the entire time.
Can't take it no more. I'm going crazy.
Also, I found this.
Chest and... Ooh! Oh! Yes!
I'm sorry, let me be more professional. I did a couple of things before progressing further, like grabbing the Ant Skull shield, a smithing bell, did some upgrading, and at some point I acquired the Ant Spur rapier, which I of course forgot to record. Good job me. Now, this rapier was one of my main weapons in the entire game because it dealt Scarlet Rot and I would stack it with poison. So we had both statuses on the same weapon, it's pretty awesome. They unfortunately don't stack. It switches between the statuses, which I personally think it should be allowed, since bleed builds in this game is equivalent to having the Infinity Gauntlet pretty much. Like, that still exists. But anyways, next up was the Tree Duo Sentinels, so please enjoy these highlights.
Ow! No! Let me get the script out. Yo, isn't that the kid we saw yesterday? Hold it, son. Flight decks restricted today. Ow! No! 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 Why don't you dodge? Yeah! Oh my gosh! It's just an immediate... No! It smells good. Not like a flower, but I like it.
Not exactly my best moments, but they were moments nonetheless. I wanted to advance Ronnie's questline so I could get the Mushroom Crown from the Lake of Rot, so I fought the Baleful Shadow, only dying once.
Cool. Love it when the game...
Shamefully. It's a pretty easy fight, but that grab attack does ridiculous damage. Honestly, every grab attack in this game is a bit too much, but that's just me probably. But now we got our sexy Mushroom Crown, but too bad we died to the rot because the game wouldn't let me teleport away.
The tension level out here is unbelievable.
I gotta get home.
Anyways, we didn't stop there. I wanted the full-on drip that is the mushroom outfit.
I doubt you could even imagine it.
You guys can't see it, but I'm nodding my head in astonishment right now. It's beautiful. I kind of look like those clickers from The Last of Us. Anyways, the Dragonic Tree Sentinel was next, and yeah, I poisoned him and then ran away. What do you want me to do? I'm made of mushrooms. After about 10 minutes, we took him down through sickness and not in health, basically just camping when he's afflicted with Scarlet Rot or poison. It was pretty easy. I took down Godfrey with a different approach this time. I wanted to see how good the Ant Shield would be in this fight, and it was kind of bad. It's mainly because my stats weren't scaled with the shield, but honestly, I've used worse. My main problem with the shield was the recovery time. It took forever to recover from any sort of attack, which, you know, made me get hit. Near the end of the fight, I just finished it with the rapier, and I know some of you watching are gonna whine about that, so here's what I had to say on stream.
Easy money!
Oh, you didn't beat him with the shield only?
Whatever. Stop! No! It does the automatic roll for me! I hate that so much!
So yeah, Morgott this time around was just awful. Let me read the script and I'll continue to complain.
Bees are funny. If we didn't laugh, we'd cry with what we have to deal with. Anyway, can I get you something like what? I don't know. What do you mean? Berry bee. Berry bee. Berry bee. Berry bee. Benson. Berry bee. Benson.
First of all, check out this hitbox. Second of all, I stand by this when I say that this boss is just terrible. I despise how he constantly attacks and gives you no breathing room if you're within range of his attacks. It doesn't feel like a dance or that you're learning his combos like with Orphan of Kos or Lady Maria or literally any other boss. You are more so baiting certain attacks and manipulating the AI in order to gain an advantage in like such an artificial way. Oh yeah, it was also at this point in the run where I started to go insane. Yeah, things go downhill from here pretty quickly, just wait. Off screen, I did grab his shackle to make the first phase easier, since in the second phase there are a couple more attacks that I know how to counter, funny enough. Like I said, it didn't take that many attempts, only about 3, but I still hate every encounter with this wannabe main character goat teat having cursed anus sniffer. I don't even know where that came from. Alright. But then I got the pest threads, so all was well in the war, yeah. Which I lovingly refer to as, cum threads on stream. Not exactly family friendly, but I guess it makes families. So anyways, just so you know, I was also doing Millicent's questline because, well, I needed the pest threads. But it also made sense with the theme, you know, scarlet rot, poison, stuff like that. And at the end of her quest, we get a really good talisman. So yeah, and I never did it before too, so I felt like now was the right time to do so. Before we fight Renala, I want to let you know that my chat and I had a debate on whether Horalu was pronounced Lo or Lu. Here's what I found out.
Pronunciation of low. Okay. Darn it! No!
Now, I mispronounce things a lot, but I really thought, I was certain it was pronounced Lo. Oh well, it doesn't matter. What does matter is if you like and subscribe, be sure to ring that notification bell. If you enjoy the content we're making, you can also become a member for $5 a month on the YouTube channel. So yeah, Renala wasn't that hard at all, because I fought her with mid-game gear, so, you know, it makes sense. I really have nothing to say except I stabbed her a lot in her feet and she died. I mean, that's just kind of how it happens with everyone. Next, I took care of the Falling Star Beast, and, well, next on my list was Rykard, Lord of Smokelung. I died once because I couldn't stop the Skull Storm attack, which basically means I have to reset, but then I stun-locked him in the next fight with the weapon art. It's literally so easy. Like, Rykard is a fine boss, but it's either I stun-lock him and he becomes way too easy, or he unleashes his Skull Storm attack that basically means I lose because it's a never-ending bombardment of laughing skulls combined with his own combos. It's annoying, but again, I do like this boss. The Fire Giant was next, and even though my damage wasn't the best, honestly, it wasn't my longest fight with him. I died only once, so here's that part of the script.
No! That's a B-Law! You wouldn't break a B-Law, would you? Her name's Vanessa.
Thank you, past me, and with that, on my second attempt, I played patiently and stabbed him to death. But he didn't go down without showing me this epic 360.
Whoa! What was that?
I was honestly impressed. So impressed that I died.
That perfectly. Stop! Listen. I'm not listening to this!
So yeah, I miscalculated. It was on the third attempt when I defeated him. But I do really like the Fire Giant. It's a very unique take on fighting a giant creature in these games, and I think they did a great job. So now is where things become more difficult and where my sanity starts to slip. At this point in the game, most of my damage came from the poison or scarlet rot. My rapier and other weapons didn't really do much damage, so it was a war of patience more than anything. Slowly chipping away at the bosses, hoping that it would be enough for the rot to take over and finish the rest of the job for me. Usually it didn't, but you get the idea. I defeated the Fire Giant at the end of one stream, and then the next one started off on a great note.
Oh. What a great start to the stream.
Yeah, I have to be more careful. I don't usually like going directly to Farum Azula after the Fire Giant because of power scaling, so I decided to actually finish Ranni's questline first and become her faithful consort. Since nobody else will take me because I'm a tarnished size B covered in shrooms. Except probably Vanessa from the B movie itself, because for some reason, she's attracted to a stinking bee. I was actually more confident in fighting Mog than the Godskin duo, and sure enough, I beat him on the first try. I used to struggle with all the blood flames around the arena, but I learned very quickly how to manipulate it so that Mog would spray it in a place where it wasn't crucial to my movement, if that makes sense. But I really do enjoy this fight. I think he's fair, and with my rapier, it was very easy to sneak in a couple of stabs, just enough to get the rot going on. It's funny because I usually use Moto-sized weapons, but I learned very quickly about more openings with faster weapons like the rapier. Great fight, and I beat him without much of a hassle because I'm the best bee there ever was. Why? Because I'm cool. That was a really forced pun. I'm sorry. So the Godskin duo could have been better this time around, especially if Bernal was helping me. He was more interested in the small fry outside the boss gate.
Bernal, hello? 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 We're in the boss room right now.
But yeah, it wasn't too much trouble, honestly. I was doing actually pretty good damage, and you guys were so kind to let me know that these duo bosses actually got nerfed, so they're more passive and it really shows. The initial 2v1 is the hardest part, but once that was over, it was really easy to focus on one with my partner. Not much to say, I still hate this fight. But now, since I've been using the rapier throughout, most of my playthrough at this point, I wanted to shake things up a little bit, so I ventured towards the consecrated snowfield to fight this grave duelist, who drops the rotten great axe and better greaves than my mushrooms. It was another rot-based weapon that I wanted to try out against some of the remaining bosses, but you'll see how that goes. The axe was a bit heavy, I am a bee after all, so I went to the Pot King to earn his talisman, which increases my equipment load.
No! Now they make the honey, they want to make the honey, they want to make the honey,
my equipment load by a huge margin. I then grabbed the Lion's Claw because it's an amazing Ash of War, and now I felt ready to take on the next boss, Dragonlord Placidusax.
I'm pressing the button! Hello! Good evening, I'm Bob Bumble, and I'm Jeanette Bumblebutt. Alright, we're at line 722.
Okay, probably not, which is why it was a bad idea to keep on trying, but I did it anyway because I'm stubborn. Like I said, sanity goes down from here. Gets worse. Not to mention, I was pretty close to the end of the script at this point too. I decided to try my luck against Malekith, and it wasn't too bad honestly. I died only once, so here's part of the script for that.
But it's our yogurt night! Bye-bye. Why is yogurt night so difficult?
And then I beat him by being really aggressive and stupid. I honestly didn't think it was gonna be the run, but I persevered, and a clutch stagger came near the end of his second phase, which I'm very thankful for, because from then on, it wasn't too bad. I can only imagine if he had his own health bar. Like, that would be brutal. But regardless, Malekith went down.
Well, that happened.
Once again, I forgot to record my win against Godfrey. So please enjoy these clips of me raging.
I pressed the button! Dude, I'm literally pressing the button. I'm literally pressing the button. Freaking, alright. How do we know this isn't some sort of holographic motion picture of the college with his... My grandmother was a simple woman. Born on a farm, she believed it was man's divine right to benefit from... That's where the script comes off.
It wasn't anything special, really. Just dodge and hit, dodge and hit. I'm already over this.
Dude, I want to just rip everything off. Alright, Ken Barry was looking at your resume and he agreed that with eating that chopsticks isn't really...
Yep, I was going downhill very quickly. But the reason I went down here in the first place was to finish Millicent's quest, and this next part was quite brutal. I'm not gonna even say anything, just watch.
I died. Cool. And I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm literally dead! Because this game literally just doesn't care. Literally in every other Souls games, you get grabbed, you may die, but in this game you just straight up die. Every single grab. Fine, talking bees, no yogurt night. My nerves are fried from riding on this emotional roller coaster. Goodbye, Ken. And for your information, I prefer sugar-free artificial sweeteners made by man! I'm sorry about all that. I always felt that there was some of a barrier between Ken and me. I couldn't overcome it. Because you're attracted to insects, you horny slut! Oh, geez, that was very close. Oh, she can't grab me, huh? She can't grab me, huh? Really? Mr. Benson B., I'll ask you what I think we all like to know. What exactly is your relationship to that woman? Wait a minute, are you her little... bedbug? Indulge y'all dead, y'all cousins. Objection! I'm gonna pincushion this guy. Adam, don't! It's what he wants! Alright. Nope! I don't know why I screamed nah. We got it though. Alright, fine. I want to curse so bad, but I can't! Oh, I'm hit! Oh, lordy, I'm hit! Order! The venom is coursing through my veins! I've been failed by a winged beast of destruction! What angel of mercy will come forward to suck the poison from my heaving buttocks?
Gang fight! Gang fight! How's it feel to be gagged now?
Dudes, I told you, I lose it. It was like 3 in the morning at this point and I kept on dying. It's not really a good combination. But with all of that out of the way, I decided to cheese the Dragon Lord because my damage was still kinda poopy. And how we did that was shoot poison arrows from afar without waking him up, of course, and to start the fight with about 1/3 of his health. Guess how that went?
I'm stuck! Dude! Why does the fire last so long? That's so dumb!
Now, looking back at the footage, I got stuck underneath his leg, his grundle, whatever you want to call it. Now that I'm much more calm and I'm not actually angry at the moment, I still think his fire breath in this specific case is really stupid. You basically get hit by that move twice no matter what happens. If you're right next to him and he starts his fire breath attack, you're gonna get hit twice. And unless you have 70 vigor or more, you're gonna die. I still stand by my case that the bosses in this game are just downright unfair, some more than others of course, and if you guys want a video of me explaining that, I would be more than happy to. Not that I hate Dragon Lord, I really do like this boss. So chat told me of a rotten battle hammer, a myth, a legend, that I tried to get earlier actually, but I died. But this time around, we beat him, and got not only this awesome hammer, but this sick helmet, which couldn't cover my amazing schlong of a nose, which I thought was really funny. We fully upgraded the hammer and went back to the Dragon Lord, which we did finally beat. And let me make this clear, I still love this boss, don't get me wrong. There's just a couple of issues with his attacks, but every boss has it if you look hard enough. Some of them you could be completely blind and still notice their flaws, but we'll get to her soon enough. Like right now.
Why does she just catch her roll there? Oh my gosh! This boss is real. Yeah, it's so dumb.
I couldn't agree more, myself. So at this point, I had like a handful of deaths before I reached the end of the script and failed the challenge. So what I did was, I was like, let me just get to the Elden Beast first, beat him so that I could complete the challenge and come back to Melania. Because at this point, I had to beat her. I mean, she's the rock goddess, it makes sense with my build, you know. So, I grabbed Godric's Great Rune, respec my character to fully utilize Strength and Faith because my plan for the final boss was to destroy Radagon with the Rot Hammer. He staggers pretty easily, and then with the fully upgraded Clawmark Seal, use the Pest Threads to dominate over the Elden Beast. I've seen it once before, and everything went exactly to plan. Radagon was super easy with the Lion's Claw and incredible posture damage from the hammer, and the Elden Beast took massive damage from the threads. I barely used the Pest Threads throughout the entire run, but I knew that they would come in handy for the final boss, and they certainly did. They were so useful that I beat him on my first try. I was very shocked, but hey, I'll take it. So with that, we did beat the challenge, but I wasn't done yet. I went back to respec my character to what he originally was, grabbed the Ash of War Crag Blade, which increases my attack power and stance breaking, and went to face Melania once more. I only died once after coming back, and the winning run was absolutely fantastic. I stunned her so much during her first phase, the Crag Blade was amazing, and I had a back-to-back stagger during her second phase. She was almost dead, and she winded up for the waterfowl dance, and I went in full confidence, tagging her leg, and beating Melania. If Melania were to beat me with that waterfowl dance just before she died, I would have like ripped out my cheeks, all 4 of them, my face cheeks and my butt cheeks. I would have been very livid. But thankfully that didn't happen. I am safe, me and my cheeks. And that's all I wrote. I beat Elden Ring with this stupid build and nearly reading through the entire B-movie script. I had one death left before I would finish the script, and I beat Millennia just before that. This run was crazy fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be streaming the Horror Low build next, most likely. Maybe not all of it, but we'll see. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and to subscribe for more content like this. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone, and of course, stay safe.